Hey everybody, welcome to the last week of our bodybuilding home workouts. I hope you guys have enjoyed the workout so far. Without further ado, we're going to get into the first upper body workout of the week. So we're going to start with our warm-up, which is going to be 20 jumping jacks, 10 arm circles forward and back, 10 eyes, Ys, and Ts each, and then 20 seal jacks. Repeat that 3 times, and then we're going to get into the workout, okay? So we're going to start with a push-up for the chest, shoulders, and triceps. This is just going to be a standard push-up, but instead of doing a set number of reps and sets, we're going to do it for 30 seconds. Sorry if you can hear my dog barking, by the way. But we're going to do it for 30 seconds, then rest for 30, and then repeat that 7 times. So we're going to do 7 rounds, as many reps as possible, resting for 30 seconds in between, okay? If that's too difficult, you can always modify to go on your knees. And if you want more of a challenge, you can put your feet up on like a bench or a chair and do a decline push-up. So moving on, next exercise is going to be a bent over row, single arm. So I'm going to use the, to pretty much simulate a dumbbell, I'm going to use the water bottle, but you can use a backpack or any kind of bag with weights in it. So just find a surface where you can support your weight. You can't see, but there's a bench in front of me that I'm leaning on. So I'm going to row back towards my hip. I'll show you from the side. So with this, really want to make sure you're bringing that weight back towards your hip instead of just straight up. So bring it back towards the hip and down. And just squeezing in that lat. So with this, we're going to do 20 reps each side 3 times. Okay, so moving on, we're going to do a superset for our shoulders. So the first exercise is going to be a single arm shoulder press. So have a seat. If you put your legs out in front, you're going to feel more in your core since you have to fight that tendency to want to tilt back. So you're going to have to sit up nice and tall, keep the core really engaged. If that's too difficult, you can always cross your legs this way. So sitting up nice and tall, we're going to take our weight, press straight up. This will be 10 reps, and then on the other side, 10 reps. Really just trying to feel that in the front of our shoulder here. Make sure your weight isn't too far back or also too far in front. It should be in that sweet spot, about 45 to 60 degrees from your torso, okay? So after you do 10 per side, then we're going to stand up, grab 2 weights. We're going to do a rear delt fly. So get in a bent over position and then bring the weights out to the side, squeezing in the back of your shoulder. So I'll show you from the side. So I'm going to get into this good bent over position. I'm keeping my back straight. I'm not rounding. So I'm keeping my back straight. I'm bending at the hips. Bring my arms straight out to the side. And we're going to do 20 reps there, okay? So we're going to repeat that 3 times. Our next exercise is going to be a hammer curl. So take 2 weights again. So the difference between a hammer curl and a standard bicep curl is that you're holding it with your thumb facing upwards, like you're holding a hammer. So take your 2 weights, humerus or your upper arm is going to be pinned by your side, and then curl up this way. So show you from the front. So we're going to do 20 reps here. Resting in between, this is just going to be straight through, straight sets. And then we're going to move on to our last exercise, which is going to be a skull crusher for the triceps. So take your 2 weights again, lay on your back. So with this, a lot of people find it's most comfortable to hold the weight with your thumb facing towards your head this way. That will put the least stress on your elbow, but some people might find it more comfortable to turn your palms facing you too. So whatever's more comfortable for you, find out which works best for you. But for this one, basically, I'll actually show you from the side. Your upper arm is going to be about perpendicular with your body, and then you're going to lower down your forearms just to your head, so that's why it's called a skull crusher. Don't let it hit your head, and then back up. You can see that I'm lowering it down just past 90 degrees, flexing at my elbow, and then I'm bringing it back up. So hold that stretch, come back up. So we're going to do 15 reps here and 3 sets. All right, so that brings us to our core and cardio circuit. So we're going to do 2 rounds. There's 4 exercises. We're going to do 20 seconds each, and then 10 seconds rest in between, okay? So the first one's going to be a crab kick. So you're going to support your weight with your hands behind you this way. Lift your hips up, and then kick one leg up, and then alternate legs. So I'm pushing my hips up as I kick. And if this is easy for you, you can kick more rapidly instead of putting the foot down before you kick the other leg up, okay? So then the next one is going to be a half burpee. So good news, it's easier than a full burpee. So you're going to start in a high plank position. You're gonna bring your knees forward, both at the same time, and then kick out. So with this, try and keep your hips pretty low. You don't wanna hike your hips all the way up, just like that. All right, the next exercise is going to be a plank jack. So get into that high plank position again. And you're gonna bring your feet out and then back in like you're doing a jumping jack. If that's too difficult for you, what you can do is one at a time. And if that's too easy, you can kind of go in between. You can go out, out, in, this way. All right. Then the last core exercise is going to be a plank pike. I'm sorry. So you're going to get into that high plank position again. And you're going to come down on your elbows and then push up and come back down. So push the hips up and down. This way. So if that's too easy for you, what you can do is actually push right up onto your hands and then come back down this way. And if that's too difficult, you can just do smaller motion. So just pushing your hips up a little bit and coming back down. All right. Whew, feel the burn in my core on that one. So that was the workout for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you soon.